Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a book blabber on Everlasting by Alison Noel. This is I believe the sixth and final book in the Immortals series. And I actually read this one pretty quick after the first part was slow, but maybe like the first quarter was slow, but I really got motivated to finish it. To finally finish the series, because I've been reading these books for years now, maybe 2-3 years. It's just, when it comes to school, I get really slow into reading, and but I have really nothing now, and especially with exams and stuff, I'm gonna have a ton of time after to be reading. So I was really motivated to finish this. So this video is going to be a review on this book and a kind of series overview wrap up. So like I said, this is the sixth book, so I was looking for a lot of closure and kind of a certain type of ending. So in the last book, which was Night Star, they met this woman Lotus. I think it was in the last one at least, because this book started very quick. It picked up right where the last one did, but they met this woman Lotus in the Shadowland of Summerland, and she was telling Ever that she had a specific journey to take, and that her destiny was to go on this journey. And she ends up going on the journey, which is pretty expected. The story wouldn't have really gone anywhere if she wouldn't have taken the journey, but I don't want to go into it too much, but she takes the journey, and it's actually very interesting. I think Jude actually goes as well, and Damon too. So all three of them go on this journey, and excuse me, but she basically finds out what had happened even before any of her other lives. So she figures out where it first starts, and how her and Damon were actually, as humans, normal people, they were drawn together, and it's kind of confusing because every person in their original lives has been represented by someone in all the lives afterwards. So I forget the characters, but it's Adelina, and that's Ever, and then Jude is someone else, but he's the friend that really loves her but is supposed to be married to someone else. And then Damon is supposed to be married to another royal because he's royalty, but he loves Adelina, who is Ever. So they just continue these roles every single lifetime, and it's actually cool to see that and to see how their lives kind of start and the patterns start, because Ever dies and Damon is so distraught over it that he wants to find a kind of a potion, an immortality spell or potion to bring her back or to keep her around. And so that's what starts the whole thing. And so it's actually pretty cool to see how it initially goes, but this kind of goes into the summary overview, but it was just okay, it's cool to see this, but we've seen the stories and the prior lives over and over and over again, and it was just kind of okay, it is cool to see the first one, but we've heard this story so many times. How many times can you tell the same story about how Damon, oh my god, I just said, oh wait, yeah, it is Damon. I was gonna say, oh my god, did I just say Vampire Diaries? Because the storyline is almost kind of in that way, where Damon and Elena aren't supposed to be together, but wow, that's weird, and it's Damon and Ever. That's kind of strange, but you see how Damon and Ever are not supposed to be together, just like in all the other ones, but then he swoops in and takes her away, but then she dies. It's just like that with different characters, and they're humans in the beginning, but it is cool. And then after that, she is told that she has to continue the journey, and she has to go find the Tree of Life with the magical immortality fruit. And basically what the whole thing that they're trying to do is release themselves from physical immortality. So instead of being in the same human form forever, it's what do they call it? they basically just call it true immortality, where like their soul is immortal. So every time they die, they will just be kind of reincarnated, but they'll always be together. And yeah, so they decided to do that. And it's actually cool because you kind of see her struggle, and when she gets back, she actually realizes that she's been gone for 6 months and she does not realize it. So she's all screwed up. School is a mess, so she kind of has to, well, for one, she has to figure out if she's going to take the fruit or if she's going to continue being a physical immortal. She wants to take the fruit, but she knows that Damon is not on the same page as her. But so she's kind of thinking, okay, these are my last few days of being an immortal, and she kind of uses her powers and, you know, her special abilities to finish up her work to graduate. And she has this huge party at the end of the year because, like, kind of like a graduation party, but also a few other things. But in, like, previously, Roman, who had turned a bunch of humans into immortals, had this party to kind of keep them immortal because they had to drink the elixir every 150 years to stay that way, or else they'd get all old and nasty. So she has them all over and gives them the option of taking the fruit or the elixir, and then she kind of leaves to be with Damon, and you don't see until the very end kind of what happens with that. But yeah, so in the end, I don't want to spoil it too well. Okay, if you're watching this one, then that means that you're most likely not reading it or are following along. But her and Damon decide to take the fruit, which is, I mean, come on, the whole thing is leading up to that, even though basically the whole series is them trying to find the, what's it called? The antidote, which I have to comment on that with like the series wrap up. At the end, it started to get very hazy as to what the difference even was between the fruit and the antidote, because they kept on saying the antidote would let them be together, but so would the fruit. So it was kind of like, okay, if they're immortal, what would an antidote do? Make them not immortal? Like, and I'm pretty sure the antidote was for the like spell that was put on Damon, where their DNA was like destructive, so they couldn't really touch or whatever properly. But it just kind of was weird. Like, there was really no explanation. And granted, well, if you're on the 6th book, you should probably know what it is. It was a little bit strange. She didn't explain it all too well. But yeah, the ending was actually really sweet because they both basically turn back into humans and can be together how they really want to. We all know what that is. And they set off on their journey, and it was like a sweet little closing. But yeah, so I did enjoy it. I liked the ending. It was nice. It was pretty calm, but it was, I mean, I do like the little stories that are thrown in and the backstories and stuff. So now on to the series overview. So while I was just starting this book, I looked on the Goodreads app, which is pretty cool actually, because you can see reviews, and I was looking at what other people were saying because I was thinking about the other stories, and I was trying to say, or I was trying to think of like what happened in all the books, because I honestly can't remember. It's been so long. And I was looking at the reviews, and they were so negative. People were like, oh my god, I hate this. It's so annoying. Like, you know, we've heard it all, like, it's way too long. And then I was like, at first I thought, why are they thinking this? This series is amazing. And then I really thought about it and read more of the comments, and I was like, I can't take more of these books. Like, the series is 6 books long, which is pretty long for a story that could have used maybe 2 fewer. Like, it didn't need 2 of the books, because I started to realize it was the same story over and over again. Like, how many times can we be told about their prior lives? Literally in every book. Like, it was too much. How many times can I hear tingle and heat? I mean, just in this book, if you flip to like any page, you'll probably find it. They say it maybe 50 times, and it's just like, oh my god, we get it. You're sex-driven, addicted teenagers. And it's kind of sad, actually, because I really realized that this whole story, the only reason that they're trying to find the antidote is so basically they can have sex. And I was just like, really? Like, I mean, obviously there was some part to it where they actually wanted to be together, like, forever, but it's like, wow, that was actually the true intention of being together, is that they wanted to sleep together. And I was kind of like, like, okay, that kind of just, I don't know, it made the series a little bit worse to me, like, how I viewed it. But yeah, I mean, I think the series was good. The first few books and this book were nice, but it's just like, maybe the third and fourth books, they just got to be, I don't know, I just don't think that there was enough in them to, like, warrant an entire book. Like, there was maybe one or two big things, but then it was, like, pieced together with all the same stories that we'd already heard a million times. So, okay, sorry about that. My card just got full, so I had to delete some stuff. But yeah, I mean, the series is great, and I would definitely recommend it, but just be aware that there are some slow books. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a long series, so just know that. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed all of the book blabbers from this series. I think I did most of the books, maybe not all of them. But yeah, I liked the series. It was great. And yeah, I don't know what books I'm going to be reading next, because I actually realized when I was looking through my books, because on the Goodreads app, you can actually scan them in. If you scan, I'll try to show you. You can, like, scan the barcode, so you would do it like this. So it brings up a scanner, and so you have the thing, and it scans it, and then it brings it up, and you can add it to your bookshelf, and then you can review it or whatever and share it so other people can see. So I was going through all of my books, and I actually noticed that I had Divergent. I didn't know that I had it, so I think I might read that. I know that there have been so many reviews on that and stuff, but I mean, why not? Why not review it and stuff? Because I want to watch it, read the book before I see the movie. So, yes. Did I say I want to see the book? Whatever. You guys know what I mean. So yeah, I'm about to film some other fun videos for today. But yeah, I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.